Hey everyone, it's Paul Bertzel here, and I just wanted to put this video together because I just concluded doing an interview with a company that I started doing some work with, and make I was the purpose was to make a little bit of extra money online. Now I've started to make a significant amount of money online, so they did an interview with me. I'm going to play that interview for you here so that you can get some more insight on how to make money with this company. But I wanted to show you the kind of money I have started to make with this company. As you can see here, oops, covered it up. I've made over $200,000. This is a little bit outdated because they only update it once a month. I'm around $250,000 already with this company, and it's not about sales. It's not about internet marketing or recruiting other people or making sales or anything like that. Actually, all you're doing is processing unclaimed property and unclaimed bank accounts for this company. They are a financial recovery asset retrieval company for unclaimed property, and they charge a brokerage fee. We get 10% of the brokerage fee, and all we got to do here, folks, as you can see, is very simple. And there's a link in the description box below. I want you to watch the rest of this video because there's an interview on there from the one of the people that work with the company and me, going through a few questions and things like that that I've experienced so far with this company. I have to say that this has got to be probably the easiest way any person could make money from home working online. If you want to make extra money, you want to make a lot of money, you can do it here, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world to be able to do this. Okay, that link is in the description box below. You can go and join when you do. If you do decide to get started after watching their orientation, it's free to join. You just put your name and your email address, and then you'll be directed into the training hub where you'll watch this orientation, and then you simply go through the steps if you want to proceed from there. But I've showed you the income that I've made here. The interview is coming up right now in the rest of this video. If you have any questions, if you decide to join, I'd appreciate, because I have referred you over there, to use my name in the referral section when they ask, did anybody refer you? Just put it out there for me. There's a contest going on right now, and I'd love to participate in that contest. And in turn for that favor, for you remembering who recommended you to UBA Tracers, I will help you every step of the way with this company and make sure that you make as much money as you want to possibly do, as long as you're willing to put in the simple work of doing database searches, data entry onto online forums, and work along with this company and myself. I'd appreciate that very much. Here's the rest of that interview. Enjoy. If you have any questions, you can always email me at whoispaulbertzel@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below the video. Thanks again for watching, and enjoy this interview.
I'm so excited because this is the very first episode that we're actually going to have the member spotlight, and our first guest is a fairly long time processor, Paul Birdsall. He's been processing with us since sometime in December of 2018, so not quite a year yet. And he's joining us on the line, and I'm just going to briefly ask him some questions. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing great, Sandy. Busy, always doing processing, obviously, and a lot of other things. So I've been doing great, and thanks for having me. It's pretty cool to be on here, and hopefully I can help out and give some insight on what we're doing here.
Great, great. Yep. Well before UBA Tracers, we've been involved with each other and worked together. And actually, you were one of my very first mentors online, and you helped me and still help me today with affiliate marketing. And I really, truly am grateful for that and appreciate it a lot. And we have a lot of laughs, and we do talk usually every couple weeks or so. So it's great to have you here along with us on this side of instead of marketing, you're actually another way that you've added to the way you're making money online. And so basically, I just want to ask you a few questions, and so that it would help all the new processors out there, but also the as you can tell, folks, I'm a little nervous because Paul is my mentor, and I'm interviewing him for something he's joined me after in, so it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's always a lot of fun, and we have a lot of laughs, and we do joke around a bit, but we get things done, don't we, Sandy? And I'm always cracking the whip on you, making sure that's happening.
I know. You're great. You're great. You're great. You're great. Okay, so the first question I have for you, Paul, is what is your background on making money online? People are aware, and I'm aware, this isn't your first gig. This isn't the first thing that you've done to make money with, but you are making money as the leaderboard show. You're one of the top earners. Um, what's your background on making money online?
Well, without going too far into my background, I started, I guess, on as an entrepreneur back in 1998, a long time ago. Gives away my age a little bit. In my late 40s now, but I do a lot of internet marketing, affiliate marketing, internet marketing training. And I own a few different types of companies, brick and mortar, and investments, things like that. Over the years, I guess making money online. I've made over $20 million during that time. Probably well over $20 million now, and always looking to ways to and listening and open-minded to ways to make more money online and enjoy my life, and do good things out there, I guess. And so I've been online, I guess, since 1998 and doing it full time, almost 20 years or 20 years now, basically.
Wow, yeah, and he is an amazing affiliate marketer, guys. He's an online marketer. Just I've learned basically everything I've known from Paul. So thanks again, Paul, for that. So tell the listeners, the newest processors, the people listening on the Work at Home News update here. When did you get started as a processor with UBA tracers, and why? If you seem to be you were doing really well and still do well with other things. Why did you become a processor?
I mean, you introduced me to it when they started to accept. You could refer people to the program for a trial, I guess, back in December of 2018, not this year, but last year. So it's been 6, 8 months, 7 months that I got started with you guys, and the reason why was it was at first, to be honest with you, it was just to give you. Just to help you out because you've been, we got along, we become friends, and you're one of my marketing students, and I respect you, and so I just took a look and open-mindedly looked at it, but then it blew my mind how easy it was. So I got involved with it. Um, Wanted to see, and at the start, to be honest, I probably only did 10 or 20 process 10 or 20 forms for the week. Got a very good check. Got over $4,000 or $5,000 my first payout, and then that got me excited because I remember back the week or two before, and I'd probably only spent maybe an hour to 2 hours most, and some of that even uh, involved going through the steps and confer back and forth with you, confirming things and stuff like that. And you've always been helpful, and I appreciate that. And I know you are to all the other processors out there. So, it was, and why I did it was that was the original reason. But the ultimate reason now that I've continued to do it really has been because it's easy money. I don't want to say free. I don't want to dispel like easy and free money or something like that, but you got to put some work in. But for the amount of time you put into work compared to other things that are out there and other things I even do, I put aside a good 5-10 hours a week now to do this. Most recently, especially here, and because it pays really well, and that's now why I've continued to do it. So that's why I basically started, and that's why I've continued.
Well, that makes sense, right? Because you can never make too much money, and if you have free time, and something as simple as this, I can't argue with that. And you're doing very well, obviously. So the next question I want to ask Paul is, how much money have you made, say, not only overall, because as we see on the leaderboards, it's over $200,000 now, but just generally in a weekly type setting, what would you see on a week-to-week basis from just processing with UBA tracers?
I've made, I guess it's close to $250,000 now as a processor. It's probably 250,000. Maybe it's getting close to 300 now. I think, but I definitely have a goal of making $500,000 a year with UBA tracers. I my week in and week out varies obviously because of the account size and the amount of time I put in, but generally I'm seeing I try to go for the little bit bigger accounts, more than $1,000 per account. So I'm generally getting anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 per week now that I've got a little bit more, that I put a little bit more focus on it over here in the last couple months. So yeah, it's been really financially good, and just enjoy working with everybody here too.
Wow. Okay, so you hear that, folks? He tries to keep it consistent, and even with his other busy schedule and his other ventures and opportunities that he's involved with online, he does maintain his consistency, or tries to, with here. And keeping with the consistency, Paul, how do you organize your processing work? Like do you write it down? Do you use a spreadsheet? What formula or what madness method to your madness do you do to keep that consistency? Keep with time management and things like that. Do you have a process you could share with the other processors?
I'm a really bad organizer. So honestly, I copy and paste everything onto not even a spreadsheet, not a CSV even. I do it on a Word document, and it's probably there's more efficient ways to do it. And I'm sure Sandy, you and probably 90% of the other processors that are even new out there have a better organizational skill level than I do. I'm kind of a ADHD type guy, and I'm all over the place. So I just the easiest thing for me for myself personally. I'm not saying this is probably easy for or better for everybody. Is just to copy and paste the account files into their straight lines, vertical or horizontal lines on a Word document, and then I transfer them from there onto after I've made the claims and everything. Now that it's great that this processor pass thing has come out though, so that saves the claiming part. But prior to that, I was just copying and pasting off that when I would get the approvals and onto my processing, onto the processing forms, and then submit them off. So really not anything special for sure in my organizational skills. Don't take my advice, anybody listening.
Myself, I use a spreadsheet, so very, very, very organized type person in that. So it's we're all different and unique in how we organize our things. But as most people listening right now, as they're getting started new, that's a couple good suggestions on how you might want to organize your week-to-week processing schedule. Okay, Paul, basically, I appreciate you being here. Just one more big question, and really, really interested to hear from you. What advice can you give the new processors that are coming on now, or maybe in the future, that would be listening to this episode? What advice can you give the new processors listening as they get started and are serious about working here and making money online?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind as far as advice to give to everybody, get started. Yeah, that's my advice to every person, whether I'm teaching them, coaching them internet marketing or affiliate marketing training. And same thing goes here. Get started. It blows my mind over these 20 years that I've been working online and working with self-employed or wannabe self-employed type people that have it's almost like they have to be babysat and told what to do all the time, even when there's something great right in front of them that's so obvious. They want to check and see how it goes, and maybe I'll get started later, and they always have an excuse for something like that. So my best advice, I would say, is get started. Just take the plunge. There's nothing to this. It's easy to do. It's easy as step 1, 2, 3. It's so easy to do this. So that would be my advice. The only other thing that comes to the top of my mind right now, well, two now, keep organized, better than me. And then the third, I guess, would be consistent. Don't wait like I did at the beginning. I kind of was, the reason I shared already on this episode is that I got started to help Sandy out and take a look at it and see what it was about and all that kind of thing. And then I didn't take it too serious. Now that's different, and I didn't need the money, so I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it to help Sandy out. But then, because then when I first got paid, a few weeks down the road, I realized, wow, I didn't put any time into this thing, and I got paid. But then I didn't get paid for a couple weeks. I think it was 3 more weeks because I hadn't done anything. I was traveling, busy with other things, plus was just thinking I would help Sandy out and that would be great, and to be honest, but then when I got paid, then I had to kind of start over again. So don't do that, folks. Keep consistent. If you're going to do 50 a week, do 50 a week. If you're going to do just 50 a month, then spread it out and do 10 each week. You know what I mean? Just be consistent with it. Do your 10 a week. Do your 20 a week. Whatever it's going to be, do that consistently all the time, because there is a delay in getting paid. When you first start, and this is the hardest part I know for a lot of you guys, because I get people that I've referred now to the program, say, well, when I get paid, I'll be able to do more. And then when they get more, they get all excited, and then because they got paid, then they start, and then 2 weeks later, they come to me, I still haven't got paid again from the other time. I wish I didn't stop. That is a repetitive thing that I hear all the time. So that would be my best advice. Be consistent. Don't go crazy off the start. Just be consistent is the biggest key here. And once you've done this for 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks in a row, you got a check coming in every week. I've not missed a check since that first 2, 3 week where I paused. And my best advice is don't pause. Do this.
Oh, thank you, thank you. He's been so good, and that is amazing advice, folks. I couldn't say it better myself, and I just really appreciate, Paul, you being on here today.
Well, thank you, Sandy, for being on here. This was fun, right? I've had you on my interviews and some of my courses that I sold and stuff like that you've participated in. Now I'm returning the favor. So great. And out there, but most importantly, I hope I've helped, or this has helped other processors with more insight to get started, and just have some fun with this thing. This is happy processing. This is the easiest copy and paste. I call it copy and paste job. It's a copy and paste job, easy as it is. Do searches and copy and paste, and then get paid. So thanks for having me again, Sandy. Anytime, I would be back again.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, obviously. And that concludes this week's Member Spotlight. That was Paul Birdsall, processing with UBA Tracer since 2018, December 2018. Next week, we are going to have our next episode. We're going to have Cami McLennan on. I know there's been a little bit of mix-ups between this week and last week, and I was traveling, and this week, and all kinds of mix-up, and I was going to have both of them on this week, but with time restraints, and I don't want to make the video too long each week, plus Cami has agreed to, no problem, her schedule is open all the time for next week. So next week's episode, Member Spotlight for UBA Tracers, will be Cami McLennan, and she will join me too, and I'll go through the regiment of asking the questions to her, just like I did today with Paul, and see what her answers are, and hopefully those can be helpful for you as you have a happy processing day. Thanks again for watching this episode of the Work at Home News Updates. I will see you again next week, and don't forget to get your processing forms in this week, because you can get that extra $500 just by doing 10 of them. I can't believe how many people don't do 10. Sometimes people skip a week and they go back a week, and then they miss that extra easy $500. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'm Sandy Sauvé, the Freelance Marketing Mama and the Processing Supervisor here at UBA Tracers. I will see you again on another episode of the weekly Work at Home News.